This is good though.
I think this is good, and these are wireless, we can go out there when we have.
Great. No, I mean, it's good to have the elevator, the lift space cleared. So.
9 with band we count. Are you allowed to count
We're lighting
the
up.
rabbi to have a 10?
Of course, he's a Jew.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we barely have it then.
We're good, we're good. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We are going to get started. We also don't have people online.
Oh, yeah, 3 people outside.
People outside, people
That's
online, people here, people there, people everywhere. We also have angels, and Shalom Aleichem is welcoming our Shabbat angels. So it's on page 142 of your Siddur.
Here comes Frank.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharim, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamelachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu, Bohem Hashalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamelachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Seichen l'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Page 133. Adonai is sovereign, let the earth exalt, the many islands rejoice. Dense clouds are around God, righteousness and justice are the base of God's throne. O you love Adonai, hate evil, God guards the lives of God's loyal ones, saving them from the hand of the wicked. Light is so for the righteous and radiance for the upright. O you righteous, rejoice in Adonai, and acclaim God's holy name. Mizmor shiru l'Adonai, shir hadash ki niflaot asah, Hoshia lo yemino uzero azro. Hodia Adonai Yeshuato, Leinei hagoyim Magilat Zikato, Zachar Kasto, Ve'amunato Levei Yisrael, Baruch Ha'aseh Aretz, and Yeshua Eloheinu, Yaelai Ariyu Ladonai, Kol Ha'aretz, peace movement, run and do Zamiru, Zamru Ladonai, Bechinor, Bekol Zimra, Bechatotrot, Bekol Shofar, Hari Lifnei Melech Adonai, Yiram Hayam, Umelo, Teimel, Abeyoshveva, Yailai Narut Yamsuchav, Yachat Harim, Yiraneinu, Lifnei Adonai, Kihiva Lishbot Haaretz, Yishbot Tevel B'tzedek, Meisharim, Yai, Page 138. L'chadodi likrat kala, yalala, 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 neshama, nekavela. L'chadodi likrat kala, yalala, 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 neshama, nekavela. Shamor vezachor vedibor achad, ishmianu el hamiuchad, Adonai achad, ushmo achad, v'shamot tiferet v'likilad, lechadodi likrat kala, yalala, 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 neshama.
Let
Shabbat, Nekarela. 263. Yidgadal, Yidgadash, Shemei Rabbah, Yalmadi Brachurte, Yamlich Malchute, Bechayet, Oluvio, Mechon, Uchayedach, Obeit Yisrael, Bagala, Bagala, Ubizman Karim, Vimru, Amen. Yeheshmei Rabbah Mevorah, Le'olamo Me'almaya, Yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, Yitbar v'dramah v'yitasev, Yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal, Shemei d'kudsha b'richu, Le'elah mikol birchata v'shirata, Kuzbecha tavenet emata, Damiran Miyama, V'yemeru, Amen. Rise as able for Baruch Hu, page 264. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, Adonai, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and your wisdom. Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai, Amahariv Aravim. 266. Avat olam Beit Yisrael, Amchavtam, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadetam. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shofreinu u'bekumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'b'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu, v'orach yameinu, u'vahem nega, yomam v'layla, ve'vatal d'simimenu l'amim, Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. 267. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. bechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha v'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavacham hayom alevadecha v'shinatam levadecha v'divar sabam v'shivdecha v'beitecha u'lachtecha ha'baderet u'pshottecha u'kumecha u'kshartam la'ot ha'yadecha v'hayu l'todafot beinecha u'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'b'isharecha L'man tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim v'hiyot lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Bottom of 269. Long ago we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High. We learned God's presence redeems time and event, so we celebrate the power that makes for freedom. L'chahanu shira b'simcha rabah v'amru kulam. Page 270. Ashkivenu, a prayer for peace, for shelter, page 271.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
Shamru, page 272. You rise as able for Tefillah, beginning page 273. Adonai sefatayita Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohim V'Eloheinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei
been
Magi Abraham Bezrat Sarah. Atagi Mole Lamanai Mekayemi Kimatarab Hoshia. Mori Atam Mechapel Kaim Bechesed. Mechayemi Berachim Rami. Tomech Noflim Berobech Olim. Umatir Asurim. Umekayem Emunato. Vishenei Apam. Michamo Chaval Geburot. Umito Melah. Melech Meni Tumahaye. Umasmiach Yeshua. Mama Kayomi. Baruch Adonai Mechayeh Hametim. 76. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Baruch Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Continue with the rest of the Tefillah on our own, the Hebrew or the English through page 282, or your own heart's private prayers and meditations. When you finish, you may be seated. Imre fi v'hegion libi lefanecha Adonai suri v'go'ali Adonai suri v'go'ali Adonai suri Say Mudimanach Nuwat. We give thanks for joys in our lives, for big milestones, for small but meaningful things along the way. So I invite anyone who has anything they are feeling especially grateful for.
I've been on this project for months, trying to go through and empty out my house of 40 years of accumulation, and so many different people have helped me, and I'm so grateful for that help.
I don't know if I can make myself heard. I'm grateful for the other side of thyroid surgery, that feeling better, just not loud. And it was really good. I had it done basically 2 days ago. I got driving privileges, tube out, and I had something bad on the right side, and it's all gone and done.
Beautiful. And we can hear you. you stepped in.
I'm so happy my daughter Tova and her wife Michelle will be driving into Boise Monday or Tuesday of next week, so a little time, you know how we all feel when we get a little time with our kids.
Spend favorite time.
Absolutely. Kabbalat?
Yeah, I returned to work, my second week back to work, and at the office in more than 2 years.
Wow,
And it's really nice to be back at the office.
good. Sharon?
Our youngest started a real-life adult job, benefits and everything.
Wow.
The baby is out. We'll see how long it lasts, but the baby is on its way.
Blessed, yeah. Sandy?
Steve and I had a wonderful discussion with our new executive director, Brother Desmond, and it was delightful, and he's got all kinds of energy, and I'm just so glad that he's on board.
Beautiful. I was gonna add, grateful for our first full week with our new executive director.
Yay, welcome.
And I'm also grateful to have had some time with my kids. So for all these things and all that we celebrate in our lives, we sing Ladima Nat Mulan, we give thanks to you, Eternal One, Creator and Sustainer of life. May we go from strength to strength, and may we offer our abundant gratitude for the blessings that we enjoy along the way. Let us say Amen. Mishaberach, the prayer for healing. I invite all who have names of folks who are holding in prayers for healing to feel free to speak the names. Andrea?
My daughter Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Pam Hillman.
Diane, anyone else?
Daniel Stern, Jackie Rouleau. His husband.
Sharon.
My daughter, Tova Rachel, Bat Leamalia and Danielle. I just got getting over COVID at the moment. And also was asked by Paula Stern, passed along the news that Dan is now working with hospice, and probably has a few months left to live, and would very much like to have visitors, short visits, and we'll put that out. But they're looking for not food, they don't want food, but short visits, and call Paula first, and we'll have it. Yeah.
Can we know what's wrong with him?
His bone marrow is failing. Mishaberach, a prayer for healing, page 371.
Molly, you want to come help me? My throat is, I'm recruiting, you know.
It's all good.
May the source of
May all who are in need find healing of body, and of soul, and of spirit. Amen. So tomorrow evening, sundown, we will mark the beginning of the least observed, officially major Jewish holiday, Shavuot, which is known in Torah, it's known to the rabbis as Man Matan Toratenu, the season of the giving of the Torah. It is in a category of regalim, of pilgrimage festivals, the 3 times the Jews would go up to Jerusalem, along with Pesach and Sukkot. But it doesn't really, in much of the Jewish world, stand in day-to-day practice with those other 2 holidays. Just as Hanukkah has, for sociological and demographic reasons, morphed from what has always been a traditionally extremely minor festival into a major one, so too has Shavuot moved in the other direction. It is biblically and historically a major Jewish festival, but practically speaking, at least in the liberal world, it has been downgraded by the people's observance or lack thereof to a relatively minor one, registering as barely a blip on the calendars of most Jews. Why this is complicated, lack of symbols, time of year in which it falls. I'm not here to really explain why this is the case, nor is it my intention this evening to argue from tradition that it should be otherwise. Nothing I say from the Bima this evening is going to restore Shavuot to equal status with Passover and Sukkot. I will in fact confess that I too really don't give it that same kind of weight in my personal observance. I certainly observe. But what I would like to do along that line of observing is to offer one decidedly unorthodox, outside-the-box suggestion on how you might make your Shavuot more meaningful this year. And that suggestion begins with the challenge to find and to celebrate your own path of Torah. The Midrash says that when God gave the Torah on Mount Sinai, each of the Israelites who was there, 1.5 million people or so, as the tradition would go, heard the divine voice, Lefi Kocho. Each individual heard it according to their own capacity and to their own experiences. For some, the voice of God was the big, booming male voice that it is in the movies. For some, it's a quiet, more feminine sound. For some, it's androgynous. For some, it's music. Some hear the voice of God in the voice of their mothers or fathers. Some heard the voice of God in the voice of their children, their sons or daughters, the voices of their friends. Everybody experienced Torah through the voices of their own experience. Just as then, so too now. We each hear and learn and live Torah through our own unique lenses and experiences. And so my suggestion is to celebrate the giving of Torah on Shavuot by celebrating the path of Torah that speaks most powerfully to your heart, to your soul, to your spirit. Kol echad lefi kocho, each one of us according to our own capacity and to our own experience. So start with asking yourself, what moves you deeply? What makes your spirit sing? And that's the place where on this Shavuot you might begin to find your Torah. If you experience Torah, which is to say divine wisdom and inspiration through music, then listen and find Torah, and whatever most moves you, from Bach to the Beatles to Beyonce, whatever it is, it can all be Torah. If you experience Torah, divine inspiration and beauty and guidance and wisdom through art, make a trip to the art museum or go to a gallery. What inspires you in what you see there? Let that be your Torah. If you experience sustenance, not just physical but spiritual through food, then make the traditional blintzes or cheesecake or all the Sephardi dishes that taste better than the Ashkenazi ones, let's be obvious. Taste some of that food, make it. Experience whatever nourishes your stomach, whatever nourishes your soul. And let that be your Torah this Shavuot weekend. If you experience Torah through study, pull down a book, read, learn, hear the voice of the Holy One and the words on the page. If you experience Torah through social justice, then make this a weekend for advocacy and activism, because there is so much to do to create justice in this badly broken world and nation. And if you experience Torah through the gift of caring community, reach out and help a neighbor, a family member, a friend. Bring them some food or just your presence that will bring comfort and strength. You get the idea. I, for one, will be out camping atop the hill behind my house as I do every Erev Shavuot, seeking the presence of the divine in the natural world, hearing the sounds of the birds and waking to the new growth of late spring, lying out under the starry sky. And then, if none of these suggestions move you, or if any or all of them do, I encourage you to supplement by coming here on Sunday, where we'll be having a Sunday brunch. There'll be some art, weather permitting, and there'll be some learning on the question of how do we criticize with compassion? How do we help one another to become better in ways that we can hear it and offer it so that others can hear it. There are, the rabbis say, 70 faces of every word in Torah, which is to say there are essentially infinite paths, way more than any of us can explore in a lifetime. But on this Shavuot, choose one or two. Find your Torah, and may it bring blessing in this season where we celebrate the giving of Torah at Sinai, and since then, each and every hour of each and every day. Can you hear our song? Including section of our service, we will continue with the counting of the Omer. So Shavuot is coming up for at the very tail end, literally the last day, page 570. I'm ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. All praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. Hayom tishava arba'im yom shehem sheva shavuot ba'omer. Today is the 49th day, which is 7 weeks of the Omer. Aleinu, we rise as able, page 586. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, v'atei kedula li'yotzer b'reishit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'ratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkeinu gayam, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, v'nemar v'haya Adonai, l'melech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yiyeh Adonai echad, u'shemo Recall now those of our loved ones whose death is taken from us in recent times, those who have died at this season in years past, those we have drawn into our hearts, we hold together with our own. Invite anyone who has names of folks you are keeping in your prayers this evening before we say Kaddish, those who have died who we remember.
Then Wallen, my father, Jules Abramovich,
Bruce Facky, Kelly Wood. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. As we're calling them, I invite the mourners and all whose custom it is to rise for Kaddish, page 598.
Have they put the on?
Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shemei Rava, V'almad, Yigrach, Eretei, V'yamlich Malchutei, V'chayechon, V'yomechon, V'chayei L'cho Beit Yisrael, V'adalah, V'yizman Kariv, V'yamru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba, V'barach, V'olam L'omei Omaya, Yitvarach, Yishtabach, Yitahar, Yitlaman, Yitnaseh, Yitadar, Yitalev, Yitalal, Shmei L'kusha, B'rithu, V'neila Mikol Birchata V'shirata, Tushbachata V'nechmata, Amiran V'yamah V'yamru, Amen. Yehei Shalom Rabba V'shamayim, V'chayim Aleinu V'yokol Yisrael V'yamru, Amen. Osei Shalom V'yamah, Yasei Shalom, Aleinu V'yokol Yisrael V'yamru, Amen. May the one who makes peace on high, let peace descend on us, on all Israel and all the world. May comfort be with all who mourn, and let us all say, Amen. A few announcements. Thanks to Eddie for getting our sound going and setting us up and all that takes. To Sandy for the music and Molly joining in with that. I've already noted your email blast information for Shavuot on Sunday. With that, and as always, tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Shavuot is again the celebration of the giving of Torah and of Torah. Every week when we return the Torah scroll to the Ark, what we say of it is that it is a tree of life, V'chol netivotecha shalom, and all of the paths of Torah are peace. So Shavuot is essentially, in celebrating Torah, it celebrates the many, many paths to peace. And in that spirit, we will end with Od Yavo Shalom, peace will come, on the bottom of page 657.
Odebo Shalom Aleinu.
Odebo Shalom Aleinu. Odebo Shalom Aleinu. Odebo Shalom Aleinu. Odebo Shalom Aleinu. Odebo Shalom Aleinu. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Shalom. You want me to let you guys go first?
No, you want to.
Okay. Those in?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,